Okay, we are going to solve, simplify rather saying, expression with mixed fraction and decimal notations. So we have 2.2 and 3/4 divided by 1.1 plus 3 and 1/4 divided by 2.5 minus 0.4 times 3.1/3. Then we divide by 5/7 and subtract 2.16 plus 4.5. This is in parentheses times 0.375. Okay, and divided 2.75 minus 1 and 1/2. Okay, we practically have simple fractions and decimal fractions with decimal notations. When to use which type of fractions? First of all, let me tell you the difference. The simple fractions always gives you exact value of the number, while decimals not always, because there can be the case when you can divide indefinitely. There are cases when you need to round it up because you don't want to work with 6, 7, 10, and 15 decimal notations. So depends on the case. Some decimal notations can give you precise numbers when its division is the simple fraction is finite when we convert to decimal. In some cases it's not. So I'm going therefore not to hit such problems because converting, let's say 1/6, 2 and 1/6, I don't know if I can hit finite numbers, and I'm not taking my chance and try to go everything through the simplification from a simple fraction to decimal notation, but I can be 100% sure that I can have exact value from decimal notation to simple fraction. At this point, it's my belief to work in simple fractions. So therefore, what am I going to do? I'm going to convert all decimal notations into simple fractions. That's the first thing. So let's do 1.1 to convert into simple fraction. It's going to be 1 and 1/10. Right? Next we have 2.5, which is going to be 2 and 5/10, which is going to be 2 and 1/2. I'm going to convert into improper fraction also because we might need division and multiplication. Where is my 2.5? Yeah, we will need subtraction. Okay, let it stay the way it is, 2.1/2. When we need it, we can always convert into mixed fraction. Next, 0.4, it's equal 4/10. Okay, and which is equal to 1/5. Now, moving to, this is the first part. Okay. Let me write down, let me mark down this piece, I1. Okay. Now I'm going to use I2, the second fraction. All right. It is going to be, what do we have here in the second fraction? 4.5. which is going to be equal 4 and 5/10, and which is 4 and 1/2. Next, we have 0.375, which is equal 375/1000. Yes, and I'm going to divide by 25 because any number that ends with 5 and 0 you can divide by 5. So I divide by 5, so I came to conclusion that I can divide by 25, which I'm going to get here 15, and I'm going to get here 40. Also I can divide by 5. 15 by 5, it's going to be 3. Hold on. It's going to be, it's going to be 3. And 40 by 5, it's going to be 8. We simplify it even more. Next, 2.75, it's equal to, and 75 over 100. Well, 75 and 100 you can divide by 25, obviously. 2 and gonna be 3/4. Okay, once we have converted everything in simple fraction, we can start working, simplifying this fraction, simplifying this expression. All right, so what am I going to do? I'm rewriting this expression in the form of simple fractions. This is going to be 2 and 3/4 minus, divide by 1 and 1/10 plus 3 and 1/3 dividing by 5 over 2 minus 2/5 times 3 and 1/3. Okay, let me bring it down. Okay, divided by 5 over 7 minus 2.16 plus 4.1/2 times 15 over 40 over 2.34 and minus 1.1/2. Okay, so what simplifications I am going to do? First thing, I'm going to do division here. First one, right? I'm going to do this division. I'm going to do this multiplication here, right? And what am I going to get here? As a result of division, I'm going to divide. Let's divide. 2.34 divided by 1.1/10. Okay, we need to convert into improper fraction, right? 2 times 4 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. 11 over 4. Dividing by 1 times 10 is 10 plus 1, 11 over 10. We are getting 11 over 4 times 10 over 11. This is gone, and we are getting here 5 and 2, and we are getting 5 over 2, right? 5 over 2 meaning 2 and 1/2. So this result, we are getting 2 and 1/2. Let me clean this. And let me do this multiplication also. 2/5 times 3 and 1/3. That's equal to 2/5 times 3 times 3 is 9 plus 1, 10 over 3. So that is going to be, here is 1, here is 2. So 4 over 3, right? Which is going to be, if I take the whole number out of it, 4 divided by 3 is 1 times. Remainder 4 minus 3 is 1 and 3. So this is going to be, this multiplication going to be 1 and 1/3. A lot of people, a lot of students confuse and do subtraction first. Never ever. So in order of operation, multiplication and division have the highest priority the way it comes. In order it will come. Unless there is some parenthesis or exponent, of course. Okay, so we are getting here 2.1 plus 3.1 divided by 2.1. I converted 5/2 into mixed fraction, and minus to 1.1, right? 1.1, dividing by 5/7. Now let's do a simplification on this side. So here first I have to do addition because we have parentheses. So 2.16 plus 4.1. So common denominator for 6 and 2 is going to be 6, which means this one, 2, I have to multiply by 3 to get 6. And the result is going to be 6, and we get 1/6, and plus here will be 3, right? So we get 6 and 4/6. This is 2, this is 3. So we are getting 6 and 2/3, and times 15. Well, 15/40, well, we simplified, right? 15/40, 3/8. Okay. Reduced by 5, we get 3/8. Next, in denominator, now we need to subtract 2 and 3/4 minus 1/2. 2 and 3/4 minus 1.1. So common denominator 4, which means here times 2 times 2. And we are getting 4 and 3/4 minus 1 and 2/4. It's equal 3 and 1/4. So 3 and 1/4. What did I do? I don't know. So where from I got 4? God knows. So it's gonna be 1 and 1/4. Sorry. 1 and 1/4. Okay. Next simplification, I'm going to add 2 and 1/2 plus 3 and 1/3, right? It's going to be, so common denominator is 6, which means 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3, 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2. And we are getting 2 and 3/6 plus 3 and 2/6. As a result, we get 5 and 5/6. So this here we get 5 and 5/6. Same thing. Now we are going to subtract 1 and 1/3. Okay. Let me clean this. Minus 1 and 1/3. Common denominator is 6, so it's going to be the same, 3 and 3. 2 and 2. And we are getting 2 and 3/6, and minus 1 and 2/6. And we are getting 1 and 1/6. 1 and 1/6. Divided by 5/7. Okay. Minus, well, let's see. What do we have? We have 6 and 2/3 times 3/8. We need to multiply. So we need to do 6 2/3 times 3/8. So we need to convert into mixed fraction. 6 times 3, 18, plus 2 is 20. 20/3 times 3/8. So 3 and 3 is gone. 20 and 8, we can divide by 4. Gonna be 2 by 4. It's gonna be 5. 5/2, right? I'm going to leave 5/2 because I have to do division anyway, right? Okay, and 1 and 1/4 converting into improper fraction because we need to do division. 1 and 1/4, it's going to be 1 times 4 is 4, plus 1, it's going to be 5/4. Okay, it's positive. All right, let me clean this drafting, not to make a mess, to keep it clean. So from here we are getting, so we need to divide first 5 and 5 over 6 divided by 1 and 1/6. What we are getting, 5 times 6 is 30, 35 over 6, and divided by 1 and 1/6 is going to be 1 times 6 is 6 plus 1, 7 over 6. This is equal 35 over 6 times 6 over 7. This is gone. 35 by 7 is 5. So result is 5. And we are getting here 5 dividing by 5 over 7, right? And subtract. Now let's do this division. 5 over 2 divided by 5 over 4. 5 over 2 dividing by 5 over 4. That's equal 5 over 2 times 4 over 5. This is 1, this is 2, this is gone, and we are getting 2. So we are getting here 2. So what do we have? 5 divided by 5 over 7 and minus 2. Let's see. 5, now we need to divide, right? First, 5 divided by 5 over 7. We are getting 5 times 7 over 5. This is gone, and we are getting 7. So 7 minus 2, and the answer, we are getting big bold 5 with no fractional part. Okay, moving to next one. Let's see what we have next. We are going to solve the following. So 0.4, put number 2. I can put here number 1. Number 2, we have 0.4 plus 8 times 5 minus 0.8 times 5 over 8 minus 5 divided by 2 and 1/2. Okay, what do we have at the bottom? Parentheses 1 and 7 over 8 times 8 minus 8.9 minus 2.6 divided by 2/3 and multiply by 34 and 2/5. And all this multiply by 90. Okay, let's start. So first thing first, we are going to convert decimal notations into into fractions, right? So I'll do light brown all conversion in numerator. Actually, there is only one, so I guess I can go everything. No, 0.4 and 0.8. Okay, and at the bottom I have 8.9 and 2.6. Okay, for the decimal notations I have to convert. Okay, 0.4 is equal 4 over 10, right? We can divide by 2 and numerator and denominator, so we will get 2 over 5. Next, 0.8 is equal 8 over 10. We can divide by 2. 8 by 2 is 4, 10 by 2 is 5. Okay, now for denominator, I'm going to use green color. 8.9 is equal 8 and 9 over 10, and we can't reduce anything because 9 and 10, they don't have a common number that they can both be divided. And then 2.6. 2.6 is a different story. We can reduce 2 and 6/10 it's going to be equal to, divide by 2, 6 by 2 is 3, 10 by 2 is 5. Okay, and that's it. We can start working. So first thing, I'm going to do this multiplication and then subtraction. I can do this division also as one priority because these divisions are not connected to each other. So in denominator, I can do this one as a 1. I can do this one as a 1, simplify, and then the subtraction gonna be 2, right? Okay, let's see. First, before I do this operation, first let me rewrite using simple fraction instead of decimal notation. So we are getting 2/5 plus 8 times 5 minus 4/5 times 5 over 8 minus 5 divided by 2 and 1/2, it's going to be 5 over 2, right? 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1, 5. 5 over 2, because I say I have to divide 5 by 2, so I need to convert mixed fraction into improper. Next, here we have 1 and 7 over 8 multiplied by 8 minus 8.9 is 8 and 9/10 minus 2.6 is going to be 2 and 3/5 divided by 2/3 times 34 and 2/5 and all these multiplied by 90. All right, let's start. So first thing, I'm going to multiply 4 times 5 times 5 times 8. Let's see, 4/5 times 5, 8, right? This is going to be 1, this is 2, right? Both of them dividing by 4, and this is also gone. We get 1/2. Okay, so here we are getting 2/5 plus 8 times 5 minus 1/2 minus, now we are going to divide 5 divided by 5 over 2, and we are getting 5 times 2 over 5. This is gone, and we are getting 2, which means it's going to be minus 2. Next, 1, I can multiply this. 1 and 7, 8 times 8. So it's going to be 1 and 7, 8. Let's convert into mixed fraction. It's going to be 8 plus 7, 15, 8 times 8. 8 and 8 is gone. We get here 15 minus, so 8 and 9/10 minus. Now let's divide these two. To divide, what we're going to get, 2 and 3/5, it's going to be 10 and 13/5. 5 times 2, 10, plus 3 is 13, 13 over 5, divided by 2/3, which is multiplied by 3 over 2, right? And we can't do anything here, so we are getting 39 over 10. That's gonna be pretty much it. Okay, minus 39/10. Well, let's get a whole part from here, 3 and 9/10, right? Because 39 divided by 10 is 3, remainder gonna be 9, right? And 9/10, practically 3 and 9/10. I see beautiful number comes out, 9/10, 9/10, so we're gonna get 5. Times 34. Okay, let me write down this one. It's gonna be 3 and 9/10. This is gonna be 15. Okay, and this is gonna be how much? 2. Okay, so 34 and 2/5 and times 90. Yes? Okay, next what we're gonna do, we're going to subtract. I'm going to do 5 minus 1/2. 5 minus 1/2, it's going to be 4 and 1/2. There is nothing to subtract, right? It's very easy. We can do it in mind. This one is going to be 8 and 9/10 minus 3 and 9/10. This is going to be 8 minus 3 is 5 because 9/10, 9/10 is gone, correct? So let me rewrite. I'm getting 2/5 plus 8 times, oh, here I need to put this parenthesis because otherwise it's going to change the order of operation. 2/5 times 8 times 4 and 1/2, okay, minus 2, and I don't need any parentheses here. In denominator I'm going to get 15 minus 5, right? Okay, let me write down 15 minus 5 parentheses and times 34 and 2/5 and times 90. Okay, so next we are going to get multiplication on the top in numerator, which is going to be 8 times 4 and 1/2. It's going to be 8 plus 1, 9/2. This is 1, this is 4. We're going to get 36. Okay, so I'm getting 2/5 plus 36 and minus 2. Here I'm getting 15 times, okay, let me write down here, we got 36. Here we are getting how much? 10, right? So we are getting 10 times 34 and 2/5 and times 90. Yes? Okay. Next, we are getting 36 plus 2. Let's do all together. 36 plus 2, it's going to be 36 and 2/5. And minus 2, it's going to be 34 and 2/5, right? In numerator, we get 34 and 2/5. Now let's do in denominator. 10 times 34 and 2/5. So we need to convert 10 times 34 times 5. It's gonna be 170, so 172 over 5, right? Okay, this is gonna be divided by 5, both of them, 1 and 2, and 172 times 2, it's gonna be, this 2 times 2 is 4, 7 times 2 is 14, 1 in mind, 1 times 2 is 2, and 1, we are getting 344. 344 times 90. Okay, next we need to divide 34 and 2/5. We are going to divide by 344. Let's see, 34 times 5 and plus 2, we get 172 over 5, and divided by 344, we are getting 172, 5, and 344 comes here, right? Because we are flipping. Here was 344 over 1, so since it's division, I'm flipping second fraction. And I'm getting, does it sound like it's going to be twice? 2 times 2 is 4, 14, yes. It's going to be 2. And we are getting 1 over 10. So here what we get, we are getting 1 over 10 and multiply by 90. Okay, which is going to be 1 over 10 times 90. This is 1, this is 9, and answer is getting 9. So answer is 9. Okie dokie. And the last one is 3/5 plus 0.425 minus 0.005, and all that multiplied by, oh no, divided by 0.1. Okay, and in denominator 30.5 plus 1/6 plus 3 and 1/3. Okay, plus we get 6 and 3/4 plus 5 and 1/2. All this divided by 26 divided by 3 and 5/7 and minus 0.05. Okay, so this is what is interesting here. In this first fraction, as you can see in numerator, I have only one the simple fraction, which easily can be converted into decimal, because 3/5 it's a 0.6, right? So at this point, I'm going to do all these the numerator in the format of decimal notation, and only then I will convert it into decimal notation, into the simple fraction. Okay, so the changes I'm doing here is 3/5. It's going to be equal 0.6. How I did? Okay, let me show you for students who forgot. 3 divided by 5, and I'm getting 0.6. And that's pretty much it. And 30 and half, that's one also I'm going to convert into mixed fraction. 30.5 is equal 30 and 5 over 10, which is going to be equal 30 and 1/2. Okay, let's start solving. So in numerator, I have 0.6 plus 0.425 minus 0.005, and then divided by 0.1, right? And what we are getting here divided by 30 and 1/2 plus 1/6 plus 3 and 1/3. Okay, plus 6 and 3/4. Okay, I need to move this a little bit, make it compact and move it here. Okay, 6 and 3/4 plus 5 and 1/2 over 26 divided by 3 and 5/7 and minus 0.05. All right, so the whole this numerator, this addition subtraction, I can do. Okay, well, let's do step by step. Okay, first, although in order of operation you can do addition first and then subtraction second, but I see it's easier to subtract first, because 3 digits, and then add to 0.6. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to write down 0.6 plus 0.425 minus 0.005, and I'm getting 024.0. So this is getting 0.42. So here I'm writing plus 0.42 divided by 0.1. Now here 30 and 1/2 I'm going to get convert into mixed fraction. Actually no, I don't need to. Let me add all three at once. In denominator 30 and 1/2 plus 1/6 and plus 3 and 1/3. So denominator is 6, right? We can divide them by 2 and by 3. So to get 6, 2 multiplied by 3, 6 I don't need to touch because we have 6 here, multiplying by 2 by 2. So I'm getting 30 and 3 over 6 plus 1/6 and plus 3 and 2 over 6. So what do I get? 30 plus 3 is going to be 33. Now let's see denominator. 3 plus 1 is 4 plus 2 is 6. So I'm getting 6 over 6, which is going to be equal 1, and this is going to be 34, right? 33 and 6 over 6 is going to be 34. Okay, 34 plus. Now, I'm going to do operation 6 and 3/4 plus 6 and 3/4 times 5 and 1/2. Okay, 6 and 3/4 plus 5 and 1/2. So 4 and 2, common denominator is 4, which means here multiply by 2, multiply by 2. And we are getting 6 3/4 plus 5 and 2/4. And we are getting 6 plus 5 is 11. 3 plus 2 is 5/4. Okay, 5/4 is improper fraction. Why is it improper? Because numerator is greater than denominator, which is 5 is greater than 4. Which means we need to convert into proper fraction, right? It's going to be 11 plus 1 and 1/4. 5/4 is 1 and 1/4. So 4 will go into 5 one time, remainder is 1. So the answer is 12 and 1/4. Okay, 12 and 1/4. Denominator, I am going to divide 26 divided by 3/5. Okay, 26 dividing by 3 and 5/7, which means I have to convert into improper fraction. 3 times 7, 21, plus 5, 26/7. That's equal 26. I'm flipping 7/26. This is gone and I'm getting 7, right? So here I'm going to get 7 because this is equal 7 and this is equal 12 and 1/4. Okay, and minus 0.05. All right, so next 0.6 plus 0.42. I'm going to get 2 and 1.0, right? 10th. So 1.02 divided by 0.1. This is going to be 1 point. Well, I guess it's already clear. There is not much operation there left. Dividing by 34 plus 12 and 1/4 divided by 7. Okay. So 12 and 1/4 we divide by 7. So 12 and 1/4, it's going to be 12 times 4, 48, and 149/4, and dividing by 7, it's going to be 49/4 times 7. This is 1, this is 7, right? Both of them divide by 7. We get 7/4 over 4 and minus 0.05. It's going to be 5/100 because 2 positions, so 0 for each position. And reducing by 5, here 1, 10 by 5 is 2, so we have 1/20. Okay, now next we have to divide 1.02 divided by 0.1. So 1.02 divided by 0.1. So we can't have this number decimal notation. We are moving by 1 position to the right to get 1. Here also moving by 1 position. And we are getting 10.2 divided by 1, which is going to be 10.2 divided by 34 plus 7/4 minus 1/20. Now 10.2 is 10 and 2/10, which is 10 and 1/5, right? So if we convert, it's going to be 10 times, okay, let me write down 10 and 1/5 over 34 plus 7/4 minus 1/20. Okay, let's divide. 10 and 1/5 is 10 times 5 is 50 plus 1, 51/5, and we divide by 34, so 34 comes here. By 17, 51 by 17, 3, 34 by 17 is 2. We are getting 3/10. So 3/10 plus 7/4 minus 1/20. Common denominator, it's clearly going to be 20, which means here times 2 times 2. Here times 5 times 5. Here we don't touch it because we have there 20 already. And that is equal 6/20 plus 35/20 minus 1 over 20. And this is equal. We have here 20. In numerator, we have 6 plus 35 and minus 1. And this is going to be 40 over 20. And finally, answer is equal to. Let me clean this mess to have it organized step by step. Okay, and we get the answer 2. I don't know about you, I have enough. So 3 problems. That's good enough. Okie dokie. If you have questions, you know what to do. Type it in the comments. If not, then I'll see you in the next video.